Oh my god. I am alright, so I don't know if I've ever been this tired in my entire life. I say that I feel like I say that every single time, but oh, y'all are still emote only, my bad. Hold on. Emote only off. Sorry. My bad. Um Freedom, Jason Derulo. So I know like we don't usually we've kind of been taking a break for streaming on Thursdays, but because yesterday took so long, I figured that I should, just stream today a little bit because I felt bad. Um, but we here. I am so tired. I haven't like since the accident. I have not slept good because every time I close my eyes, I'm like, you know, every single night I go to sleep at like 2, and then I wake up throughout the night because I'm like, and then I go back to sleep. And then I set my alarm for like 8 or 9. And then, the alarm goes off at 8 and I'm so tired. I'm like snoozing it while still asleep. Overquone, thank you for subscribing for 35 months. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so like last night I was like, yeah, this is great. I bought a new car, which is still like a really weird feeling. And I laid in bed at like, I think I got in bed at like 10:30, 11, and I was like, all right, time to go to sleep. And I'm like, someone's gonna steal my car. Did I park in the right parking spot? I took a picture of it. I took 2 pictures of the car, so I knew that it was there, right? And then I was like, someone's gonna steal it. No one's gonna steal the car. But I was just like, oh my god, what if somebody thinks like, oh, someone parked in Kate's a parking spot, and I'm gonna tow the car because they parked in her spot. So I'm like, oh my god. So I was like, do I need to go check on the car? And I was like, no. I was like, this is just shh. It's just anxiety. It's just OCD. We're freaking out for no big deal. Just go to sleep. And I was like, yeah. So I closed my eyes and then kept thinking of every bad thing. And so I was like, damn it. So then I was up till 2:30, and then I tried to wake up at 8:30, but then my alarm went off. Well, it went off at 8:30, and then I was sleeping. I'm still tired. And also too, I haven't gone to the grocery store in a while, so I've been having girl dinner for like 7 days straight. Let me tell you something. I'm sick of girl dinner, and I've been trying to be smart with it. I've been trying to be diligent with the girl dinner, because I had broccoli, so I baked broccoli, and then I had protein pasta, so I made some protein pasta. I had baked broccoli and protein pasta, and then I was like, all right, so now I'm gonna do, I have, like I said, I eat it before, like I had the chicken poppers, right, the frozen chicken poppers. So I was, I made frozen chicken poppers, and then I was like, yeah, nice. Which, by the way, those are not good reheated in the microwave. Don't do that. Um, and then basically I'm now down to yogurt and boiled eggs. We I need to go to the grocery store. I need to go. I'm out of Dr. Pepper. Um the eggs expired is not a good combo. It's a really weird combo. It was, but because the thing is, eggs expiring is good when you want to boil them, right? So, but the thing is, they expired like August, like 23rd or something. So I was like, oh, I got to do the test because there's a test you can tell. So if the egg sinks to the bottom of, like, if you fill up a pot of water and you put the eggs in, if they sink to the bottom and they touch the bottom, like they're completely on the bottom, they're good. If one corner of the egg touches the bottom and it kind of floats up, but it's not floating, you have to make sure the bottom is touching. That means they're about to expire, but they're still edible. If they float, they're bad, right? So I did a little testy test, and it touched the bottom, but it was like kind of floating. So I was like, okay, cool, I can make them boiled. So I made a bunch of boiled eggs, and I was like, cool, this is, at least it's good for you. No, it's got the protein. At least we got that going for us. But yeah, I'm roughing it. Because the thing is, like, I do have stuff, right? It's not like I open my pantry and the spider crawls out, you know? But the problem is I have like creamed corn, and I have like chopped pineapple, and then I have ranch beans, and then I have like a ton of sauces, and then it's like I have Pop Tarts, and then I have, like couscous. Why should you not come here? Cause we're tired. Tired. This is a tired zone. We're chilling. Like I do have stuff, but it's like it's when you open and you're like I have nothing, and you do have stuff in there. You're like I have nothing, and then you close it. Costco debit card. Well, that's the thing. I have a Costco membership. I haven't gone to Costco in a while. I asked Nate if he'd go with me because I listen. Costco. You know how like when you're like playing a video game and there's like little battles leading up to the big battle. The big battle for me is Costco. That's the boss. Like me with just anxiety and just the people and just everything. Thinking, man, I gotta go to Trader Joe's. I'm like, damn it, because I don't know if y'all been to Trader Joe's. The parking lots are hell. I will park out of the parking lot because Trader Joe's parking lots are absolute hell, right? Can someone vouch for me? Please? Someone? Anyone? Please tell me I've gone to Trader Joe's. Huh. Anyway, if you wanna look, you could probably Google Trader Joe's parking lot. They legitimately, the way that they make the parking lot is if a Trader Joe's belonged in a small town and it wasn't a popular place. Imagine it in Los Angeles and everybody wants to go. Anyway, there's a great. I really recommend Trader Joe's. I always thought it was like super expensive, and then I went once and I was like, oh my god, this is nice. Just Googled. Actually, I want to see what you're Googling because I don't know what's gonna pop up. Trader Joe's parking lot. Images. These are too spacious. Where was the one? There was one where I went and they legit had maybe 12 spots. Hold on, I'm going to look for Trader Joe's Los Angeles. This is not helping my case. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So like going to Trader Joe's, you get a little bit of anxiety and you're like, shit, I don't want to park there. Going to, Ralph's, it's a little bit of anxiety, but grocery shopping, people don't want to be there. I don't want to be there. It's fine, Costco, that's like the boss music starts playing and I'm like, oh god. I'm like drinking Dr. Pepper is like a boost, being like, okay, I got this. Okay, but I do need to go to Costco again. Anyway, so yeah, since you last saw me, I have a car, and other than Ella, it was a really, 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 really long experience. I would have been absolutely fucked if it wasn't for my friend Andy, because he's bought cars in the past, and so when we were talking about it, when he took me to my dentist appointment, we were talking about, buying a car. He's like, I love it. It's so fun, this and that. And you get to negotiate and this and that. I'm like, bro. And I was like, it does not sound fun. He's like, no, it's great because you do this and this and this. And then you have to learn about this. And then you have to get a loan. And I was like, a loan? And he's like, yeah, then you have to do this and this. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, if I have to buy a new car, can you come with me? And he's like, yeah, sure. And I was like, okay. So then, a few days passed. I was like, hey, I'm going to call some Toyota dealerships. And he's like, okay. And I was like, I'll get back to you. So I called one, and the thing is, I wanted a Toyota Camry. They have a color called Ocean Gym, and I loved it. And I was like, damn it, this is the one. So I called a Toyota dealership that popped up when I typed in Los Angeles Toyota dealership, and I called, and I was like, hey, and here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I don't want to add to the stereotype, all right, that women don't know about cars. Women do know a lot about cars. There's a lot of women out there who like building their own cars. I'm pretty sure Sydney Sweeney, the woman that everybody is horrible to, I'm pretty sure she likes to build her own cars. I'm pretty sure she's really car handy. So just because I don't know nothing about cars doesn't mean shit, all right? Saying that, I did look up to see like what cars were reliable. I looked up, is this car good? I looked up, is this car, blah blah, mileage. I looked up stuff. But I'm not gonna look up, oh, horsepower, blah 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 blah. Like I'm not gonna do anything crazy. So I looked up, what's the safest car, blah blah blah, and I was looking at all the Camrys. I looked at Honda. I looked at stuff, and then but I really liked the ocean gem color. So I called this Toyota dealership and I was like, hi, I was wondering if you have, the 2025 Toyota Camry in Ocean Gym. And he's like, oh, well, that we're having an order come in and blah, blah, blah. We'll probably get it here in, like, like September, like 9th to like October 7th. And I was like, that's a pretty big gap there, brother. And also, I'm not desperate for a car. But I would. Where are you people coming from? Thank you for following, but where the hell are you coming from? You don't have to say. If you're a lurk, you don't have to say. Anyway, so I was like, just to kick the tires, no idea that should be done. I have literally never heard that ever. What? Why do you kick the tires? To like check the pressure? Is it? All right, now I'm suspicious. Hello. So, now I'm even more suspicious. Are y'all real? We come in peace. Are you sure about that? Sent us? Who? I'm real, I promise. Okay. I'm still watching. I forgot what I was talking about. Toyota. Anyway, welcome. I'm talking about my car story. So, well, I'll get back. Hold on. Called Toyota. Oh, yeah. So I was like, oh, do you have this car? Blah, blah, blah. And then we were just looking for what you recommended. I just yap. And I play games, but I mostly just yap. Sometimes I say inappropriate things. Factory reset. Yeah, that happens a lot. You'll either get real annoyed with it or you get used to it. It's one or the other. Sometimes what? What's your favorite Zelda game? Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Breath of the Wild. Haven't finished Tears of the Kingdom yet, but it's on the list. I started it. We have Thor appearance. He's on the couch sleeping. Sometimes we say inappropriate. Oh, try always. Not always. Not always. After the new car. Thank you. Well, where did I leave? Oh, yeah. So I called I called the place and I was like, do you have this color? They're like, not for this long. And I was like, okay. I was like, would you be able to contact other dealerships and like see if they have it? And he was like, no. And I was like, okay. Well, he's like, oh, do you want me to email you? Can I have your email for, if we get this shipment in? And I was like, sure. So gave him my email and, he's like, all right, I'll contact you. I was like, okay. I was like, I'll get back to you in a few days, on my decision, blah, 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 whatever. So then I call another dealership and the thing is, there's a section in LA, and I'm not giving this away because I may want to live there one day. There's a section in LA that I really like. It's kind of in LA. It is, but it's not. I really like that area. Really nice area. So I called that area, and the guy answered, and he's like, "Hi, thank you so much for calling." To a completely different vibe, And I was just like, hi, I was just wondering if you have a 2025 Toyota Camry with the ocean gym color. And he's like, no, I don't think so. Do you have any like other requirements, like that? Does the trim matter? Do y'all know what the trim means in car language? Because I was thinking the trim, like the rubber part on the like the doors. Do you know what the trim means? Okay, CJ, you not knowing, not saying. Okay, oh, it's not just because I thought I was being a dumb girl. To me, that's a haircut. I thought when he said that, I was like, trim, because I was thinking like the trim. The trim means the build of the car. So there's 4 Toyota 2025 Camrys. There's the LE, SE, XLE, XSE, which LE means limited edition, SE means standard edition, XLE means, I don't know what the extra, I don't know. Anyway, so he asked if, the trim mattered. And I thought he meant like the little trim metals on the car. So I was like, I don't think so. He's like, okay, so just the ocean gym, that's the only thing that really matters to you. And when I met him, I know that he didn't mean it the way that it came across. But when he said that, I was like, he just called me a dumb bitch. Like, because I was like, yeah, it's just, I got real attached to the color. I really like the color. He's like, okay. He's like, well, we actually just got a shipment in of about like 10 Camrys last night. Like, I can go look and see if there's any ocean gym, but I don't think there is. Do you want to come in and like test drive a Camry to see if you even like it? Which the other guy didn't even offer that. And so I was like, actually, yeah, that'd be great. I've only ever really driven Hyundais before. So I'd really appreciate that. And he's like, yeah, can you come in today? And I was like, because I don't have a car. And so I was like, maybe tomorrow? And he's like, yeah, we could do tomorrow. How's noon sound? And I was like, yeah, that'd be great. So I immediately texted Andy and I was like, hey, are you available because Andy has a job, right? So I was like, are you available tomorrow perchance by like noon? Andy's like, oh, I can ask my boss. I was like, cool, because they want to test drive it and tomorrow at noon. And Andy's like, yeah, that's, I'll run it by the boss, but I think it should be okay. And I was like, okay, great. So I was like, yay, hooray. And I was just fully expecting just to test drive it. And so, drive Andy, next morning, Andy picks me up. We drive all the live long way. Yesterday, you want to guess how hot it was yesterday in Los Angeles? You want to guess? In September 4th. $107. Okay, so y'all are going real high, but yeah, 107 in September. It felt like, you know how when you open an oven and you're like, ooh, it was like that eternally. Like, it was insane. I kind of wish that I could get a bunch of you UK people to experience it. Oh no, it was humid. It was humid. Not like Florida level humid, but it is humid in LA. I wish I could get a bunch of UK people and just kind of put you in the environment for 5 minutes just to like experience it, It was rough. But so that's 41C. Hell no. It's interesting to see what it feels like just because it is so hot and you're like, damn, I didn't know this was possible. It's kind of the same as like when you experience something really cold, you're like, oh my God, this is crazy. It's just kind of, maybe that's just me being weird. I don't know. So we get to the Toyota dealership and I just walk in and I'm like, now what, So then, this guy comes over, he's like, oh, my name's, what's the name? Evan. And, I'm going to help you out and blah, blah. I was like, that'd be great. And he's like, so you were looking for the ocean gym? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, yeah. So dilemma, we wouldn't get any of those. He's like, those are like super rare and we wouldn't be getting any of those for like another like 2 months. And I was like, and he's like, yeah, so like how badly do you like need a car right now? And I was like, like I didn't want to come across as like I desperately need one because I don't really desperately need one, but I was just like, I don't want to wait that long, And he's like, okay, well, he's like, let's just go test drive it, and we have a Camry SE on the lot, we'll just go drive it. So we walked over and it was super hot, but we get in, and my first thought was like, wow, this kind of feels a little crowded because Ella, my car, my 2010 Hyundai Accent, she doesn't have a middle console. So like, the thing where you like open it, she doesn't have that. There's just like a gap there. There's nothing there. Well, there's cup holders, but that's it. And I like that because I feel so spacious, And so I sit down, and the first thing I noticed, I was like, well, I feel kind of, and like, I'm a big bitch, but I'm not like a huge bitch, like I'm 5'6", I my dad was pretty beefy, so I got, beefy body. I don't know. I'm not like a dainty ballerina, all right? Listen, if you want to race me, then we'll see what happens. Ooh, remind me to tell you about the run that I did. Don't let me forget. Anyway, so, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, the car. So I was in the car, and the first thing I noticed was, like, well, the one thing I wanted to test out, this can sound really weird. I'm really picky about steering wheels. Because if I put my little bitch hands on a steering wheel and it feels too thick, I know that my hands are going to get tired. Not that I drive a lot, but, you want to be comfy. So I was like, okay, I want to make sure I like the steering wheel. That's like a first test, right? So I put my hands on the steering wheel, and I was like, oh, this is kind of nice. This is a nice steering wheel. So then I start like adjusting my seat, and this guy's like, okay, so this button does this, and this button does this, and this is the sport mode. And I'm like, I'm not going to need sport mode, brother. Like, I'm not going to. He's like, we could test it. I was like, I don't want to test it. Don't want to test it. I was like, I'm good. I will stay on eco the whole time. Anyway, so then he was showing me like it had like a little screen in it, and I was like, this is crazy. I was like, my car has a CD player. Like, I still use CDs in it. So just having a screen, he's like, yeah, and then you have like this charging port. He's like, honestly, doesn't really charge the phone. It kind of keeps it just alive. But, if you need to charge your phone, there's two USB. There's two of them, and then there's a USB cable, blah, 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 blah. And you're showing me everything. He's like, and here's a USB-C. Okay. I knew something that I said felt weird. Anyway, so open up the console. He's like, this is where you can put stuff, blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, yeah. He's like, okay, let's begin driving. And I was like, because the thing is, the last time I did a test drive of a car was 2011. So I was a little nervous, and also too with the whole like I did nothing wrong and I still got hit and totaled my car. So anyway, so I start driving, and I'm like trying to get a feel of like the gas and the brake, because sometimes when you like press on the brakes, some cars' brakes are super touchy. Others are not super touchy. You have to like push real hard, And then like the gas, some cars you have to really push on the gas to get it to go, and then blah 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 blah. So I was kind of nervous about like and there's the person judging me. Yeah, I know me. So I was like kind of nervous, So, we begin the drive, and we're test driving it, and like all I can think about is like, oh my god, okay, I was like, I need to see if I like the car. Like I just need to chill. But the thing is, I was so nervous. Like I would have been fine if it was just me and Andy. But there was, the guy that works at Toyota in the car, and so I was just like nervous because I was like, oh my god. But I also like when I sat in it, I was like, it's just a car. And also too, I felt like how do I explain this? The dash and the roof were close, and so I felt like the windshield, like I had like this much of vision, whereas in like Ella, I have this much of vision. Does that make sense? And so I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense to me. It just felt like I didn't have enough sight. And so I was like, maybe I'm just not used to it, because I'm for sure not used to having a middle console. I'm so used to, Ella being like, move freely. I could put my purse, right, bloop, there. And so, we pulled back into the Toyota, and I was like, yeah, it was like, I like it, but like, it's not like I got in the car and I was like, oh, I hate this, I thought it was fine. And the guy was like, yeah. So he's like, how'd you like it? I was like, yeah, it was good. Um, and so he's like, yeah. He's like, the only thing is like the Ocean Gym, like we have it in the XSE. That's like in like sistering, Toyota places. Wolfsburg, thank you for subscribing for 30 months. Thank you, thank you. He was like, oh, that's also the other thing. When I had called him originally, and I was like, oh, like, yeah, this guy said that, at the other Toyota dealership, he said that he couldn't recommend other Toyota dealerships to see if they have that car. And he's like, what? Yes, you can. And I was like, oh. Anyway, so this guy was already very friendly, very helpful, which I know what you're thinking. That's all car salesman. Something felt different about this guy. And I was like, I feel like he's going to be a nice person. And he was. So anyway, we're walking in. He's like, yeah, he's like, so like if the Ocean Gym, because the problem with the XSE, it was like $10,000 more dollars. And it also it was like more of a tanky of a car. I'm not going anywhere. Like it had like sport mode, like ultra sport mode. And like, I drive to the gym. I go to the P.O. box. I go to the grocery store. I go visit my friends sometimes. The furthest my friend lives away, he lives in Orange County. So sometimes I go to Orange County. It's been, oh my God, when was the last time I saw him? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't really drive all that much. So I was like, I don't need a beefy car. Also, that's a lot of money, So anyway, he's like, yeah, he's like, so if, do you have like a backup color? And I was like, yeah, I wouldn't be like opposed to having a black car. Like, I think my second choice would be black. And he's like, oh, well, we have one midnight black that came in last night if you want to go see it. And I was like, yeah, sure. So we walk over and there's this dusty ass looking car. I mean, dusty. Like, have you seen a car that's been in a garage for 3 months and you're like, is that car abandoned because there's so much dust on it? It was like that level. So we walk over and he goes, yeah, so this is, the blah, blah, blah. This is the Toyota Camry SE 2025, blah, blah, blah. And he opened the door and like the plastic wrapping was still on the chairs. He's like, yeah, this literally got in last night. He's like, no one has really touched it except for like me and other, like workers. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, is it okay if I sit in it? And he's like, yeah, sure. So I go to the other side and I sit down and I was like, fuck. Because I was like, damn it. I was like, I like it. I don't know. It had like a few things that were different. But I just like the moment I sat down, I was like, damn it. Because I really wanted the Ocean Gym and I was like, maybe I could wait. But anyway, so we sat down in it and like he's like, yeah, so the difference about this one has like a sunroof. And I was like, oh shit. Like he called it a moonroof. Is there a difference between a moonroof and a sunroof? I thought it was the same thing. But and he's like, yeah, and then the screen on this one is bigger. And then he was like, yeah, and it's got this and this and this. And he lost me. I was stuck on the moonroof. But then like the screen in the first car was like this big, right? The screen in the second car is like this big. Like iPad. And so he was like kind of showing me some of this stuff. And also the first car, the seats were black, and these seats in the second car were gray, which I kind of liked. At first I kind of liked the black seats better, but the gray was starting to grow on me. And so I was like, okay, so we go inside and I looked at it and he's like, yeah. And he's like, if you like it, we'll get it detailed and everything. And I was like, yeah, okay, it's fair. So then we go inside and my mom's like, how's it going? And I was like, well, this is what's happening, blah, blah. So they come out with a sheet of paper. And they're like, okay, so, they're like, if you like the second car, this is how much, it would be. Do you want to guess how much? Do you want to guess how much this car cost that they brought out the paperwork? It's a hybrid, which is also kind of exciting. Do you want to guess how much this car, after everything was totaled together? A Toyota Camry. $50,000 for a Toyota Camry. They brought out the blood drained from my head. They brought out I saw that and I was like, I looked at Andy and he's like, can we have a moment to talk? And because what I call him, Evan and his manager, they're like, yeah, of course. So they walked away, and Andy looked at me and he's like, that's a bit much. And I was like, yeah, that's a bit much. That's a lot of much. He's like, so above your budget? And I was like, yes, that's above my budget. And I was like, are you kidding me? And he's like, well, like, I don't think this is really needed, and this part's really not needed, and this part's not really needed. And I was like, oh my God. And also keep in mind, I've only ever had Ella. So like, I don't know what cars, like, I know cars are expensive and it's a luxury and it's a privilege to have a car. But fixing Ella was maybe going to be $5,000. And so I'm like, fixing Ella looks pretty good right now. I only have 85,000. Did I hit? Yeah, 85,000 miles on her. I was like, I've only got, 85,000. That's pretty good. Like, I just got to fix her up. And like, I drive another, 20,000 miles. That's going to be like, for the next 4 years. And it's just, I could really fix Ella up. Yeah, it was, that was shocking. So I sent my mom the picture and she immediately calls me. And do y'all's parents do this where they call you from the car and they're using the car's like speaker and then they have the phone in their lap and it just sounds like and you're like, I can't hear you. And I'm like for starters, I'm already overstimulated. I got a lot of car facts thrown at me. Don't know nothing about cars. I felt like I had to make a decision, not because the dealership was wonderful. I felt like I had to make a decision because of life, Haven't been to the grocery store. I haven't been to the gym. Haven't been able to go anywhere. I've had to Uber or I've had to use Postmates. I drove Ella to the mechanic. I'm overwhelmed with Ella not being fixed. And then people being like, oh, you could trade her in for scrap metal. And I just imagine Ella in a scrap yard rusting and it makes me cry. I don't want to think about it. She deserves to be driven. She's a good car. Anyway, so I just felt like so much weight. And also too, Andy, went out of his way to help me with this, and like I just really appreciate. And he also like he took me to the dentist, like because I have maybe like 5 friends and 2 of them have cars and Andy's one of them, so I felt bad. And I was just, anyway, so my mom calls and I'm like, I can't hear you. She goes, I can't hear you either. And I was like, ugh. So I had to go outside and it's 107-degree weather. And so I go outside and I was like, can you hear me now? She's like, yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? And I was like, no. Because her saying, can you hear me? It was and so I was like, no, I can't hear you. She's like, oh, I'm in the car with, boyfriend, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, I can tell. And she goes, okay, well, here, he wanted to talk to you about the car, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. And he goes, hey, can you hear me? And I was like, not really. And then I guess like he picked up the phone, or my mom held it right by his mouth and they clicked it from the car, because then it was crystal clear. He's like, can you hear me now? And I was like, yes. Oh, yes. And he's like, okay, so basically, he really talks like this, by the way, very Texas. He's like, you don't need any of that Toyota stuff, so that'll take off 4,000 right there, and you don't need this and this and this and this. And he was telling me like stuff because he looked at the paper, and I was like, okay. So he's like, you don't want to get buyer's remorse, so make sure you love the car. Now, do you love the car? And I was like, well, I don't, I love my car, like I love Ella. And he's like, yeah, if you want to fix her up, you can, but mom's like, well, I want her to have a safer car. And I was like, and so I was like, I don't know. Cause I felt like I had to make that decision, like I was like, pressure. And so I was like, okay, like, I was like, can I just like, I just wanted to come to test drive it today. I just wanted to test drive it. And he's like, that's fine. He's like, if you want to sleep on it, you can go sleep on it. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Okay. And so then I go back inside and Andy's sitting at the table with a piece of paper. And I'm like, I walk in, he goes, yeah, so, they took off the stuff, like, the stuff that my mom's boyfriend was saying to take off, Andy had them take it off. And he's like, yeah, so they took this off. So it's still going to be like $46,000. And I was like, he's like, is that still, I'm like, that's still, I don't want to spend that much on a car. I was like, that's insane. Because I always was, Toyota and Honda, they're super reliable. I thought they were also affordable, but this was just crazy. And so I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, and then my mom was like, oh, can you look at like 2024? And I was like, I looked at 2024 online, and they're not like that. I didn't feel, you know, I didn't like them. Like, I'm sure they're fine cars, but like I didn't get attached to it. Like I saw the 2025 and I was like, I like that car. Anyway, so then Evan was, chatting to us, and Evan's like, he's like, honestly, if you don't want to buy a car here, it doesn't affect me at all. I'm not going to bullshit you. I don't care. He's like, if you want to just test drive today, that's fine. If you want to, if you want to go look somewhere else, that's totally fine. He was like super nice. And he's like, I'm just chilling. He's like, we're just hanging out and blah, blah, blah. So we were chatting. And then, Andy's like, okay, so like, would we be able, like, how, because like we came in, we were looking for this much of a car, and we were looking for this much and this much. And he was like, okay, so okay, let me go talk to my manager and like see, he's like, because I don't know if I can go that big, because I wanted to spend, I don't want to spend, but like my max that I was, comfortable with was like 36. Because that seems like a normal, nice car, so Evan disappears, and then Andy and I were chatting, and I was like, oh, by the way, like, I forgot to tell you, like, the Toyota, I don't know if I forgot to, I think I told him earlier, but my story is kind of going, so the first guy at the Toyota dealership emailed me a picture of the ocean blue Toyota Camry, or Ocean Gym. And he emailed me. All he said was, is this the car that you like? And so I was like, what do we do about this? And Andy looked at it. He's like, okay, well, this isn't your price range. They're wanting 33 for this. And so he's like, we could try to like navigate trying to get these people to bring this car down and blah, 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 blah. Because I liked the black car. It looked cool. And so they came back out. They're like, okay, we brought it down to like 44 and blah, 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 blah. And Andy goes, okay, that sounds really great. However, this guy at this company has the color she wants, the Ocean Gym. And watching Andy do this, anytime like the manager or something talked to me, I was like, and like, just look at Andy. It got to a point where they thought like we were both buying it, but I was like, nope, it's just me. He's my moral support. I don't know shit about this stuff. Anyway, so then they're like chatting, and Andy's like, okay, well, we're pretty hungry, so we're probably going to go to the restaurant across the street and, discuss if that's okay. They're like, yeah, of course. So we sit in the car, and I was like, I don't know what to do. And Andy's like, it's okay, we're gonna get food, and we're just gonna chill, because it was like 2:45 at this point. So we go to the restaurant, and we're sitting there, and I got a little Dr. Pepper, and so I'm sitting there, and I'm like, you know what, like I couldn't stop thinking about the car, like the black car. And then my phone lights up, and it was Evan, and he's like, thank you so much for, coming by today. Like, if you're, because we told him, like, we were thinking of coming back, like, we were discussing everything. He's like, thank you so much, blah, 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 blah. We're able to bring it down to this number. I think it was like 42,000. And he's like, if that's something more you could work with, just let me know. If not, totally okay. And so I showed Andy, and Andy's like, all right, give it a second. He's like, I'm going to say $39.99. Wait, $39,999. Sorry, another 9. And he's like, I'm going to see what they say. And I was like, okay, send it to them. And then, so we're sitting there, we're eating, and then I get a phone call. And so I was like, okay, so I pick up the phone. Right when I hit answer, this restaurant starts going with the blender. It's the loudest shit I've ever heard my entire life. So I was like, oh my God. So I like ran out into the 107-degree heat. And I'm like, hi, I'm so sorry. They just started using a blender. And he's like, oh, it's okay. He's like, so we would be able to meet you halfway on that. So how does 40,999 sound? And I was like, would I be able to test drive this car? Because the thing is, I didn't even test drive it. I sat in it, and I was like, I like this, like I didn't even test drive it. And so anyway, so I was like, would I be able to test drive it? He's like, yeah, absolutely, of course. He's like, I'll go ahead and get it like set up and everything. I was like, okay. So went inside, told Andy, and he's like, all right, is that something you'd be able to work with? And I was like, I don't want to. And I was like, but I'll test drive it, see how it feels, right? So we finish eating, we go back over, and we go in, and he's like, okay, so let's go to the car. So we went to the car, sat down, and I was like, damn, I still like this, Turned on the car, I was like adjusting, I had to lift the seat up because 5.5, and then fix like the mirrors and everything. And he's like, okay, we're gonna take the same test drive as we did before. And I was like, yeah, I'm real bad with the directions, so you're gonna have to tell me again. He's like, okay. So we're driving. No part of me was nervous. No part of me was like, oh my God, I'm in a car, like I can't, I'm so nervous about driving, like, oh, this isn't my car. Everything felt natural. Everything felt like serene. It felt comfortable. And so like as I was driving, I started smiling to myself and I was like, fuck. And I was like, I don't like that I like this car. Because also too, this other dealership had the Ocean Gym coming, you know, but it was the Ocean Gym LE, which is like the lowest, you know, low. And so pulled back into the, you know, dealership and we're sitting there and I was like, yeah, I like it. And he's like, okay, should we like, you know, get all the paperwork set up and everything? I was like, yeah. And so we go in and I was like, damn it. Because the thing is, the reason why it was so much more expensive is because this one came with a sunroof and the screen was this big, not this big. And the thing is with the Ocean Gym one that was coming in, the screen was going to be like this big, you know? He said it was going to be like super small. So, you know, went through, had to sign a bunch of paperwork, had to do a bunch of stuff, blah, 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 one thing, like, blah, blah, blah. And, like, as we were, like, finishing all the paperwork and stuff, they were detailing it and cleaning it, you know, because it was super, super dusty. Taking off all, like, the plastic wrapping. I'm the only person that's ever driven it, which is kind of cool. So then, you know, finished all the paperwork, finished everything. So we go in, like, he takes us out to the car, and I see it in the sunlight, right? And at first I thought it was just plain black. And then I noticed that it's got like blue and purple glitter all in it. And I was like, that's why it's called Midnight Black. I was like, I thought it was just Midnight Black because it's like, oh yes, this is dark. And it's a black color. So it's midnight black. Like, yeah, I just thought it was, you know, so like I saw it in the sunlight and I was like, holy shit, you know? And so I was like, this is so cool. So then we sat in it, they took all the paper, it's just everything felt perfect. And then he was like showing me like others, he helped me set my phone up, which I was like, I honestly could. He's like, you could do this yourself. And I was like, yeah, I could, but you know, it's fine. Set everything up. And then he's like, yeah, so congratulations. It was, you know, thank you so much for, you know, and then also too, afterwards, when I got home, he texted me again, was like, thank you so much for doing your business here. It was so wonderful to meet you and blah, 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 blah. He was just a really nice guy. And so, and also too, we started talking about anime at one point. But anyway, and so then, Andy's like, okay, do you want me to follow you home? Make sure everything's good. And I was like, no, it's okay. I should probably be able to get home okay. And he's like, okay. He's like, just let me know. And I was like, okay, thanks. And then I started the drive home and I was like, this is crazy. And it was also the one thing that I noticed that was insane to me. Insane to me. Just Googled it. Okay, actually, I want to see what y'all are Googling. Toyota Camry Ocean Gym comes up. Midnight Black. Images. Oh yeah, if y'all look up, hold on. 2025 Toyota Camry Midnight Black. It's showing pictures of the Ocean Gym. I still think it's super pretty, but I'm comfortable with my decision. When I woke up, I was like, yeah, I'm comfortable with my decision. So you can't even see it in these pictures. It just looks black. I'll take a picture later. But IG Bennett, thank you for subscribing for 10 months. But yeah, it's a really sharp looking car. I like it a lot. I I went to Emma's after. It looks nice, but the glory like so much more. Yeah, it's I want to do like a shoot with it because I think it'd be funny. I'm like one of those car people. Of which industries driving around. That's why I named it Silas because I thought that was like a fitting name. You know, it was a cool name. If you Google Midnight Black car color, okay, let me do that. Midnight Black car color images. Mine still looks cooler. I'll take a picture of it. So I went over to Emma's, and Nate and their other roommate Alt walked out, and they walked out and they were like, "Holy shit!" And I was like, "What?" And then Alt's like, "I'm not gonna lie, this is hard." And I was like, what does that mean? And opened all the door. I was like, y'all can sit in it if you want. And then like Alt immediately sat down in the passenger seat. He's like, you got a fucking iPad in here. And I was like, yeah. Nate's like, how did it drive? Because listen, so what I was talking about, the horsepower, So Ella, whenever I would like start to accelerate to get onto the highway, she would get there. It would just take her a little bit, you know, it would be, like if I really pushed on the gas, and she'd be like the engine, but she wouldn't be going fast. This new car, if I wanted to speed up, I just push on the gas. It was like night and day. I was like driving because I had to get around like a car or something, and so I want you to imagine me in the car like this, just because. Yeah, it wasn't even sport. It was eco mode. It was crazy. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, no wonder. Because the thing is, like, I've only ever driven Ella. Minus, you know, but I've driven, like, you know, when Nate moved to LA, I drove him in an SUV. And so I was like, oh, it's an SUV, of course. This is a car. And so I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I didn't know. Oh my God. This makes so much sense. That's why I like all my friends. And also, too. So did I tell y'all that with Ella, if the music stops playing, I have to, like, the music, sometimes it goes to the right side of the car, and so I have to hit the dash and the music comes back. Have I told y'all that story? Yeah, okay. Tell me why, you know, I announced to, you know, my family, and then, you know, Andy, of course, that I got a new car. Tell me why Andy's like, yeah, now you don't have to hit the dash anymore for your music. And I was like, okay, Andy. Told Jules like, oh my God, you don't have to hit the dash anymore. And I was like, oh my God. Told Gage I got a new car. He's like, oh my God, does that mean you don't have to hit the dash? And I was like, was that such a big deal for people? I was like, oh my God, what the hell? Like, what? I didn't realize everyone was so affected by that. You know, it's not like it happened every single time. It's just, you know, sometimes it would happen. I'd be like, always explain it. Because, you know, like sometimes like I have a problem with like if somebody bangs on something. So I didn't want to just be like, bang, bang, bang. And then turn and my friend's like, you know. Yeah, so apparently that was a, well, yeah, not to make something, listen, making it work. It's not like the engine was rattling and I hit the car and it stopped. You know, it was just, the music would just, something just came unplugged and it would just go bloop to the other side. And then I'd bang the dash and be like, bloop, come back to the middle, you know? Music stops, Kate, this baby can fit so many CDs. Beats car. All right. It's not that it's not that the CDs were like, you know, skipping. It's just something was unplugged slightly, and so, you know what was kind of funny though? I had the thought, what if the impact from LAPD, what if that like permanently fixed it? Could you imagine? Anyway, but yeah, so anyway, got home, parked. I had to, okay, because I had to, Ella is still in the parking spots, and so I had to back her up, and then I brought in, the only thing I'm a little about is the turning radius is not as good as Ella. So getting in my parking spot, I was like, oh my God, I have to do a 4-point turn. This is so embarrassing. Also, something else that's crazy, I now have a backup camera. That is, I'm never going to look at it because I'm so used to not doing that, you know? Because, like, when I was, like, you know, parking at the Toyota dealership and, you know, doing the test drive, he's like, oh, yeah, so here's your, you know, backup camera. And I was like, yeah, anyway. Like, you know, at the turns, maybe. In your car, they pay for it. I still haven't heard from anybody. Madison now he always looks at, oh no, it's gonna happen to me. I just don't want to become reliant on technology, you know, because the car is very much technology. But also too, because they as I was like, you know, getting ready for everything, okay, so this and this and then the catalytic converter, and I was like, I have one of those. Obviously, like I didn't think about it because all I hear about in the news is people stealing catalytic converters, and so I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna happen to me. Oh my God, it's gonna happen. Someone's gonna steal. They're gonna crawl underneath the bottom of my car and they're gonna steal that piece of car. Oh my God, you know. But anyway, all cars have them. Oh, every single one, even Ella. Little gas cars. Oh, okay, that makes me feel better then. Anyway, so yeah, that's the story of how I got Silas. It's very nerve-wracking. Very. Also, now I have car payments, which is a really weird thought to experience. Is like, but it's also gonna make my credit be better, which is gonna help me in the future. Because then in the future I'll have credit, like big girl credit, you know, and then that'll help me get a mortgage and stuff if I ever have a house. I'm glad you took your friend's something master. Oh, dude. Yeah, because it was 50,000 and he got it down to 41. Well, 4,999, but it was crazy. Because, like, if I went by myself, I wouldn't know that you could negotiate. I would have no idea, you know? So if anybody wants to go buy a car, take Andy. So let's you can play good cop. Oh, I played dumb cop, if anything. I just sat there like, I like the color Ocean Gym. Yep. You know. Sean, thank you for subscribing for 21. Why is my seat? There we go. 21 months. Anyway. What have y'all been up to? Oh my god. You want to hear something else too? Adam gets here in 4 days. Well, ish. Always haggle. I don't know that. I didn't know you could haggle. Which is like, it's both exciting, but then it's also like, holy shit, you know? I know. Like, cause I feel like he and I were just talking about, oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna be there in 8 weeks. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a long time. I got plenty of time to plan. And now he's like, brother. And I'm like, I know. And I was like, I have to clean the house. I have to get, you know, because we're doing September. And I did take a handful of sets, and I've been uploading, like, I've planned to upload every day. Sometimes I want to do twice a day. Sometimes I want to do 3 times a day. But I only have so many sets, and so I have to take more sets. And then I also have to juggle, you know, streaming, and I also have to juggle, you know, filming dungeon videos, and then also, you know, and then I have to take him to, you know, because I want to show him, you know, classic LA stuff like Santa Monica, and then you also want to go to Disney, and so I'm just like, so before you know, you're gonna be hugging Hayden. Oh my god, I can't. I was gonna name the car, Vader, but then when I saw the sparkles, I was like, all right, I feel like Silas is a good name. Make Adam do the camera work for the new sets. Adam's, I feel like one of those people that takes pictures. How do I say this nicely? Like a man. You know, like when someone's like, oh, take a picture of me. And like you see like girls helping other girls out, being like getting the angles and stuff. Adam gives me the vibes where he would just he'd be like, okay, here you go. I know exactly. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you. Someone gets me. Yeah, I get that. Okay, all of you get it. All of you get it. Thank you. Do better. No, it's fine. But yeah, I mean, I usually have a good time doing them myself. A Jewel is very helpful. Am I surprised I get met? Just to impress, who knew? Maybe. But I can guarantee you, I think out of all my friends, Adam would probably be the least helpful. In the most kindest way possible. Jeremiah's always good. Thanks. I know it's like, I know a lot of them are not like the best of quality because I use my like frontal facing camera because that's how I know I can set it. Because like I tried flipping it and not seeing what I look like because it does a countdown. I have to do the countdown, you know? And so I'd like get in position and then I'd like, I thought the picture took and then I'd go look and I'd be like this. And I'm like, damn it! It was really difficult. Wouldn't recommend. But it's, you know, the thing is too, I don't know if y'all were ever a part of my Patreon. Andy helped me take a lot of the pictures I did for Patreon. Because he has like a really, really insane camera. And I asked if he would help me take some other ones because I have a Catwoman outfit that I want to do, and then John actually texted me well, it's probably a few months ago now. Because he wanted to do, do y'all ever watch Spy Family? I have two of her outfits. Epileptic photo, you could take photos with the back camera seeing on the front. Oh, that would be so helpful. I also debated setting up like a mirror in front, and so that way I could kind of see it. But so I have stuff. It's just the problem is like having to rely on other. And like Jewel took my Leia photos, and it's just hard having to rely on a lot of people to just be like, hey, can you help me take the photos? Because John's a professional photographer. He has photographer job, and he does my stuff for free, which is really nice. And then Andy has a job, so he's busy. Jules in Texas. But anyway, what's the temperature today? Is it still a job? I know. Let's see, what is the temperature? Oh my god, Adam's gonna die. It's 109 degrees. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's because it'll go down. Not this Saturday. This Saturday it's gonna be 105. But next Saturday it'll be 81. Text him and tell him it's 42C. Okay, hold on. Oh my god, he sent me hold on. Oh my god, he was saying, dude, I'm now realizing how all my cool t-shirts are not fit for the LA weather. Most of the t-shirts I'm bringing aren't necessarily my favorite ones, Sag. Somehow I don't think long sleeve, thick black t-shirt will work. It's 42C today, bestie. LA. I'm sweating well, yeah, because that's the thing. I have my house set. It's been set at 74. Because it keeps, it's cool. But I'm like starting to sweat a little bit. So I'm like, what's the temperature outside? Hold on. How to train your dragon. There we go. It's be that hot when he gets here. What's the heat index? Hold on. Let's see. The UV index or the heat index? You want to guess what the humidity makes it feel like outside? Oh, that's what it feels like? Yeah, 112. That's crazy. I have to sneeze. Also, too, it's starting to just turn blonde. But at, the roots, it's still, But Emma said that they would show me how to make it pink again. It is still kind of pink, but it's getting more blonde. Sure's blessings upon... Thank you. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, Gage's birthday's coming up, too. Oh, yeah. So, do you remember when I said I went on a walk the other day? I definitely can't do that now because it's so hot. Do you remember when I said I went on a walk and then I sprinted And like I thought I hit the fastest speed that I thought I could, and then a car drove past me and I was like, wow, I actually can't run that fast at all. Yeah. So the thing is, when I was running, right? Do y'all watch anime? Have y'all like My Hero Academia? Thank you for congratulating me. It still feels surreal, which we'll talk about that in a minute. Weirdly, yes, a little. Okay, so do you know in like anime? Don't know why you thought you could outrun a car. No, no, no. It's just like I thought I was running really fast, and then because I was in like a neighborhood, and then a car slowly drove past me, and I was like, oh, I thought I was going fast. You know, it's just it was one of those things where I was just like, oh. Anyway, so you know in anime where like it's like say it's like an action anime, right? Or like Deku powering up and like you know his like or like you know I haven't seen Dragon Ball. I imagine like their muscles like ripple and get like twice the size. Can you kind of imagine that? That's when I was running and I hit what I think is my top speed. That's what my legs felt like. Like I felt like my muscles were like, yeah, you know, just like full on like yeah, Hulk mode essentially. And then when I like slowed down and like started walking again, I was like, oh, I should have stretched, like, you know. When I woke up the next morning, my quads, my glutes, my calves, my shins, everything was so sore. And I was like, oh, I was like, I did do something, you know? Um, so now I'm convinced that I am actually kind of fast. Haven't raced anyone yet, but I do definitely, I think if I stretch, because I was like walking like a good distance before I took off into a sprint, but I was like, I was sore for like 2.5 days. It was crazy. But legs doing their job, I guess. I don't know. I have the Angry Bird song stuck in my head, and I don't know why. Do 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 do. I haven't played Angry Birds in so long. It needs leg days, just run fast as fuck. Well, I think that's the only reason why I'm able to is because I was doing my crazy leg days, you know? Because you run the track that streamers ran for the Olympics they did and compare time. I don't know. I would like to. What I really want to do is I want to do hurdles because I love hurdles. But I don't know because I tried to like calculate the distance and then try to figure out like what length that would be on like a street. But it'd be easier if I just was able to go to like a track, like, you know, an actual track and then try it there. But I think my first thing of what I want to do is have the race because it was Alt that wants to race me. And he's like 6'4". And so part of me is like, there's no way. iPhone should be able to tell you. No. It tells me how many steps I've taken, but it doesn't tell me like distance wise. I do have an Apple Watch, but I don't know how accurate it is. But anyway, Coop may be fast. Coop may not be fast enough, you know? Science wise, feels like you would. See, you would think that. But when I was younger and I did track and field, I was like 4'9". And like all the other girls I was running against were like, had like 6-7 inches on me. And I won. And that was hurdles. All the hurdles were the same height. So it's a possibility. You're short. Well, I'm not okay. I'm not in the 7th grade anymore. I was short in the 7th grade, and then I grew up. I'm 5'6" now. Imagine if I was still 4'8". Oh my god, that'd be ugh. Is your friend Ember? He is short. Yeah, that guy's like 4'11.5". Could put your arm on his head as like a little armrest. He has to have a booster seat in the car. Is he in here to defend himself? Even better. Simone Biles is like 4. Oh, I know. But the power that comes out of her is insane. Like, just watching her do anything, I'm just like, I can't fathom being able to do something like that. That's crazy. Just being able to like hit the ground and do flips like 3 times is... Oh, what did I just do? I was fiddling. Excuse me. Oh, hello. We weren't saying nothing. I bet you have the stream muted, so you didn't hear nothing. So hand grip, still not good. I can move more, but if I grip, it still hurts pretty bad in here. Which I looked it up and it said like if you jam your finger really bad, it could take like 4 weeks to heal. And we're only at like what, a week and a half since the accident. So I still got healing time, which is really frustrating because it's like, oh, I want to go to the gym. But I don't know if that's going to make this worse. I also too have been kind of cracking it. I don't know if that's bad. It doesn't hurt when I crack it. But it doesn't feel great. Hee hee. Anyway. You watch Minecraft trailer? If not, can we get your live reaction? Okay. Do I pull it up on the screen or do I just... Y'all just watch my face? Don't pull up, just react. Alright, here we go. Oh god. Sounds and all? It's only 1 minute and 19 seconds. Okay. I'm already paused. You can show it on stream? Yeah, but the question is do I want to? This is just a teaser, though. Do I want the teaser, or do the... It's the teaser, right? Yeah? Okay. Oh, God. Okay, here we go. Is that Jason fucking Momoa? Why would they have 3 kids? And then Jason Momoa. What the hell? Oh my god.
Anything you can dream about here, you can make.
Who are you?
I am Steve. Okay.
This guy is such a tool bag.
All right. All right, maybe let's just okay, hold on. Maybe we're not the target audience. All right? I know, listen, I know we played Minecraft when it first came out. I was 18. All right, listen. Maybe this is meant for like 7-year-olds. So it's supposed to be silly and goofy like that. You know, like it's not meant for us. And you know, Jack Black, he does very, you know, charismatic stuff. This is meant for the people I'm beefing with on Dress to Impress. Exactly. All the animated stuff doesn't look bad. It does look a little AI generated. Like the art style of a lot of this stuff looks a little. It looks like something you'd see on Facebook that, you know, grandmommy put on there and was like, they color in the sheep now to make the sheep gay. And you're like, no, ma'am, that's this, for one, wrong. Two, this is AI, you know. I just, what was the thought process with Jason Momoa? Like the hair? Stuff they actually built IRL. But why? I don't. Maybe we have to see it. Maybe, the guests look like marshmallows. Okay, at least it doesn't look horrible. I'm not talking about the movie. I just mean like the look of it, you know? And you know, maybe this, if I had like a 6-year-old child, you know, I would probably feel comfortable taking them to see this. Cuz it looks, you know, lighthearted and silly and, you know, not for me, but I'll probably watch it just not in theaters. I have the AMC stubs, so I get it for free. So I'm probably going to see it. It said April 4th. Ah, it's so far away. The Stardew movie win. Oh, jeez. I don't know if I can handle a Stardew movie. You know, that's why I liked, what was it called? The Fall Guy so much. Because it felt just fresh. You know, it wasn't like, we're going to get this game and we're going to make it into a movie. Or, oh, we're going to get this show and we're going to make it into a movie. Oh, we're going to get this old movie and make it into a new movie, you know. I mean, it could be worse. Wasn't great. But it definitely could be worse. You know? Definitely. And before it has a non-kid rating. No, dude, there's no way. There's no way. It's gotta be at least PG. You know? What? Shrek is rated PG, right? Do you know I wasn't allowed to watch Shrek until I was like 12? And the only reason I was allowed to watch it was because my cousins, who were like 5 and 8, were watching it. Like, they were allowed to watch it. And I asked my mom if I could watch it. And she's like, no, it's rated PG. And I was like, but my cousins are watching it. My mom was like, really? And I was like, yeah. And so then my mom talked to my aunt. My aunt's like, yeah, I mean, it says, 2 swear words, but the kids don't pick up on it. And then I watched it. And the only swear word I picked up on was, I think, when Donkey said something about a parfait. And I remember being like, oh, I can't believe they put that in a movie. Because I was like, it's such a bad thing. Like, the director is the guy who did Napoleon Dynamite. For the Minecraft movie? Or Shrek? That is a nice boulder. I like that boulder. Because the Minecraft movie... Listen, I haven't watched Napoleon Dynamite in... God, how many... It used to be like one of my favorite movies. And maybe Jason was wearing a Pedro... Oh, really? I was too distracted by the hair. Alright, that gives me a little bit of hope then. Because I really liked Napoleon Dynamite when it came out. I think when it came out, or whenever I watched it. Haven't watched it in a really long time. Oh my god, what was the movie that I started to watch? Bench Warmers. Some of those movies do not age well. When was the last time y'all watched, like, Bench Warmers? Never seen it. Must have been... I need y'all to, like, rewatch it. I think I made it 15 minutes in. And I was like, I can't. Like, it's not, like, bad. It's bad in my terms. Like, I watched it and I was like, oh. No, I don't like how these people are talking. I was like, maybe not. Maybe not. Talladega Nights. Oh, jeez. What was the other one? Blades of Glory. It's like all the old movies. It's so weird calling those old movies, but I was like a teenager. Oh, so old. Sorry if you haven't seen it. Why would I have seen this Rob Schneider? Rob Schneider? Who is this guy? About the bee? Is this about bear? Oh no, it's got Trump on it. He's in Benchwarmers? Oh, this is not the same guy. This is the same guy. Is this the same guy? All I see is Trump everywhere. A giant twat. Really? I don't... Oh no. What the fuck am I looking at? No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's what I'm. That is what I am gathering. What the fuck am I reading? What? Oh my god. This is what I'm talking about of like some of these echo chambers are dangerous. Ah! 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 Clown! It's the Joker, but clown. It's like I can't look away. This is crazy. I'm only on September 2nd. This is I feel like I've been scrolling for 10 years. I'm only on September 2nd. Screen share? I don't want to share this. This is awful. This is awful. Your how will go outside. Well, it's not even that. It's just like it's like, oh my god. Like I'm all for like conspiracy theories and stuff, right? But this is like some of this stuff it just goes so far. And like I don't it's Cootland. Let's go to Cootland. Let's go to Cootland. Cootland's gonna be so much better. Cootland's gonna be so nice. We're gonna have like National Beach Day where we can go to the beach and relax. If you don't like the beach, that's okay. You know, just open your windows so you get some fresh air. Oh, jeez. Ugh. Anyway, y'all want to help me make a grocery list? Because now I have a car to go to the grocery. Although I will say I'm kind of scared to drive. Kind of scared. Because, like, what if? You know? But it's also, too, like, I drove, like, what, 12 years? 13 years and was fine the entire time. Ellie's best friend. Well, that's the thing. I got into an accident a week and a half ago. But it wasn't my fault. And I got hit head on by the LAPD because they were in the wrong, they're in the opposite lane. And it totaled my car. So I'm a little spooked. But my Twitter keeps showing me people die. Oh, God. Sales keep... I know. They assume they can afford it. See, that's what they said. They said, like, oh, like, the cop that showed up was, like, he's like, yeah, it's so good. It was them. Like, you're so, like, lucky because, like, they're always insured. LAPD's always insured. But the thing is no one's contacting me. No one has contacted me at all about anything. And I don't know, like, what to do, you know? But, the good news is, like, I didn't break anything, like, body-wise. I had, like, the worst whiplash. Like, it's insane. Your insurance... Yeah, but I was liability only. I didn't have collision. I didn't know... I was basically paying insurance for no good reason. So... we'll just have to, like, have... good thoughts, and maybe that LAPD will be like, yeah, we were in the wrong. Here's $5,000 to get your car fixed. I do have a dash cam. However, the impact was so hard that it basically unplugged the dash cam. Like, it popped out of the thing, and then, like, it, like, jarred or something. So the footage I have is me driving to the gym, and then there's no footage. And then the next footage is the LAPD's car in my car, and then my windshield wipers are going. Because when I got hit, you know, my hand went up, and it hit the windshield wipers, and my middle finger got super jammed. Yeah, like, the thing is, like, my spine is almost back to normal, but if I look up for too long, it starts to hurt a little bit, and my neck is still, like, sensitive. You know? But I think my middle finger hurts the most, if anything. But yeah, it's rough. But I just, you know, I keep thinking too, like, because I, not to be all, you know, like, religious on y'all or anything, but I was telling myself, like, I told God, you know, like, years ago, months ago, whatever, like, I'm not going to sell my car unless something happens to it. I'm not going to get rid of my car unless something happens to it. And so, like, this kind of felt like a sign, being like, this is my sign to you. It's okay to go get a new car. Because, like, we all know how attached I was to Ella, you know? And then also, too, like, what if it saved me? You know, like, what if, you know, getting in this... It's not a fender bender, but, like, could have been much worse, you know? Like, what if I didn't get hit like that? And, like, what if I got in, like, what, because my airbags didn't deploy. What if my airbags don't work? You know, I don't know that they don't work, because obviously, like, you know, you don't know until it happens. But, like, what if they don't work? And, like, what if I got into a really, really bad accident and the airbags didn't deploy? And, like, what if I lost a leg? You know, like, I love running. So imagine, like, you know, like, worse, like, something horrible happened, and, like, me getting a new car prevented that, you know? So I've been trying to think of, like, the positives, and, like, I still have Ella. Like, I don't plan to keep her for forever, but it's still a little hard, you know, because she's my little car, and she's a good car, and we have so many memories together. And, like, also too, like, I don't know, I was thinking about how, like, all the trips I've taken in Ella, because I drove across the country. Technically, I've driven a lot. I think I'm gonna chip off a piece of the bumper and, like, put it in my diary or something. She can drive, but the radiator fans in the front are crunched in, and I don't want to drive her. Also, the bumper's about to fall off. But it's also too, I think what also kind of hurts is like I used to take my dad to McDonald's in Ella. Um cuz like I remember like I was waiting at a like red light and I was waiting for it to turn green and he really wanted McDonald's sweet tea. Like he just discovered them and he's like these are so good. I remember we were sitting at a red light and he was sitting there drinking it and he goes, "You know what? I don't care if McDonald's stirs the sweet tea with their grubby little dirty hands and you know they make a ton of burgers and they got grease on their hand. I don't care what they stir. These teas are delicious. This is the best." Like he just started because my dad was also like super germaphobe OCD. He was like, "I don't care. This is the best thing I've ever had." And I was like, well, now I'm imagining someone with like dirty burger hands stirring the tea with, and I was like, that's gross. He's like, it's so good, it doesn't matter. And so it's also just kind of sucks where it's just like, I have to let go of the car, and it's like, you know, more memories. But like, I'm gonna have my memories. You know, it's not like those are gone, but it's like the same car. That was just kind of thinking, yeah, it was a gross thought, but. Just like thinking of stuff like that. OCD should never watch the make. Oh, I know. Trust me, I know. And also too, like I try to tell myself, you know, like my body has an immune system. Cause you have plenty of pics of her. Kind of. Not as much as I thought I did. I have a picture of her on my Instagram when we were, you know, going from Oklahoma to LA. Cause we stopped at, I think it was the Painted Desert, and I took a picture of her. But I'm not like a car person, you know, like I don't like go to like the mountains and like set up the car. Like I just, you know, waxed her. So like, you know, but I can't show y'all. Like, I'll have to remake it, but I did take, because this was the picture of when I got Ella. That was me at CarMax. And then I recreated that, but you can't see anything because the sky was like reflecting off of the what's it called? The windshield. Damn. I have a picture of Thor. He was sleeping this morning. You see his little tongue. But I forgot what I was talking about. He blip. Is he still on the couch? Yep. Just sleeping away. I need to get him more litter. Okay, I'm gonna make a list. First things first. We need eggs. Groceries. Okay. Eggs. Bread. I have milk. Oh, but it expires in 2 days. Okay. I don't need two. Okay. What do I need? What should I make? Oh. Chicken. I want to make celery. I think I have carrots. I do have carrots. I want to make the wild rice soup. Where are my TikTok foods? Oh, you're right. Dr. Pepper. Okay. Let's look at my TikTok foods. Where's the rice? Here we go. Oh, it looks so good. All right. Chicken. Oh, onion. White onion. Okay. Garlic, butter, flour, chicken broth, more chicken broth. Oh, what is this?
Cups of heavy cream.
Heavy cream. Gotta get some true food. I got something I almost ate that. It's good, right? Were your strawberries like? Because I read the reviews and like on Tesco site and they're like, oh, strawberries are too small. Was it good? I have 2 strawberries left in my true food bag. True. You're right. Not trust. They're great, not small. Okay, good. I think I have the fast cooking rice. Mix that in. Then chicken. Ho. Not to get the rest of the bag. I usually do it like as like a I eat dinner, so I'm full, and then I eat like 2 or 3. It's like a nice little snack. Oh my god. There's one, so I hate when you can't like some TikToks they make it to where you can't save it. So I tend to like screen record, and so I saw this one and I was like, "Oh, this is Instagram. Never mind. Honey garlic chicken, right?" And then I swiped over and it's like an Oreo whipped cream. Is this easy to make? Oh, we're making that. Not soon, but we're making it at some point. Okay. Oh, I saw one. Oh no, is it on TikTok? Or did I save it? I think I saved it. Hold on. Let me go to my videos. And where's it? Oh, here we go. I don't know if this would be good. Also, why does every like stew, every soup, why is it always celery, carrots, and onion? Anybody else notice that? Now that you mention it, because they're the cheapest veggies. I mean, they're delicious. I know onion, like, amplifies the flavor or something. But it's like every single... Ooh, shit, this looks good. What is this? Is it tofu? It's tofu. What's this? I saved a lot of, What's this? 46 grams of protein. Also, can I say my food pet peeve? You know, I'm gonna sound this celery. I hate this stuff. I used to hate celery, and then one day I started craving it, and I was like, "Why am I craving it? So gross." And then it's like so gross. I like it. Like I don't know, man. All right, this is my food pet peeve. All right, I fucking hate when they drip the sauce on like that. I hate that because my brain immediately goes to something disgusting, and this is food. So it just like, I hate it. I hate that so much. The Lincoln Park room is using it. Oh, interesting. It's pretty gross now that you point it out. I know. Oh, it's salmon. Oh, no wonder I saved it. It's salmon with rice and flavoring breadcrumbs. He spritzed it and he puts it in a toaster oven, and then he makes the sauce. Looks good. Oh, there's a video of Thor when he was after he got out of his surgery. Oh my god, he like look how like big his eyes were. He was so out of it. I hated that. Like I know like looking at pictures like, "Oh, it's so cute." But experience it was so like it was cuz he wasn't acting like himself. It was so scary. Damn, I'm finding so many TikTok. Why have I not put these in the TikTok recipe? What is this? Cookie dough pretzel bites. We got to do Kate's Kitchen again. Gotta be hard mentally leaders. He is still best. Yeah, he bounced back. He's completely normal. He's been doing his classic Thor poops. You know, he's been having no problem pooping. He'll still occasionally like run out of the litter box while he's pooping and get like pieces of poop on the floor. But he hasn't been having any issues, which is good. The only thing I'm like, I'm a little concerned about. Not really, but kind of. He sleeps a lot. I know cats are like supposed to sleep a lot, but I think I'm like more because I'm more like aware of him. I'm like, why are you sleeping so much? You know? Oh yeah, Stitches got we took his stitches out more than normal. Well, I don't know because it's like now I'm like like when you're like hyper aware of something, and so you're like, was it always like this? But he's also too. He's 12, so he's an older cat. And he's also like, if I go wake him up, he's like super happy to be awake and, he'll want attention and blah, blah, blah. He's awake. Oh, he's doing a big stretch. He's comfy. Getting old, probably normal. That's what, yeah, I was thinking it was probably normal. He's eating fine, drinking water fine, wanting attention fine. He chilling. His anal glands are not going to explode ever again because they don't exist in his body anymore. Right, grocery store. All right. I was supposed to be looking at. So I'm gonna make the wild rice soup, and then I can make buffalo chicken sandwiches. What else? I need vegetables. I'll do broccoli, spinach. Oh, Alfredo sauce. I don't know if I want spaghetti. I think I overdid myself with spaghetti. Because I can get protein pasta, and then if I get like, ground turkey, and then make spaghetti, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting so much protein, but I did that too many times, and now I don't ever want to eat spaghetti ever again. You know the feel. I scrolled too far. Now I'm looking at videos of Thor. Did you ever try the turkey meatballs? I couldn't find them. I tried looking. I looked in like the meat section and I didn't find it. I figured if I had any luck, I'd have luck at Costco, but Costco's scary, you know? Costco's the big guy. Trying to think, because if I make the soup and if I make the sandwiches, what's another easy meal I could do that's healthy? Because Barbecue chicken sandwiches are not very healthy, but they're delicious. My gosh, I was so easy to go over budget there. I get too overwhelmed. I walk in and I'm like, oh yeah, I came here for this and this and this and this. I pick up one thing and I'm like, all right, I'm done. I want out. I want out. I want to get me out. I don't want to be here anymore. I want to get out. I want to go home. I want to go home. You know. That's why I was saying Costco's the boss, and not like the like. Oh, this is my boss. He pays my bill. I don't mean like that kind. I mean like the dun 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 dun, and you're like, why is this music playing? That is Costco. Okay. I have eggs, bread, chicken, celery, Dr. Pepper, white onion, heavy cream, true fruit, fast cooking rice. I almost said fast acting rice. Fast cooking rice, roast chicken, broccoli, spinach, Alfredo sauce. Oh, no, I have enough. If I mix all of the pasta noodles together, I will have I'm gonna put more pasta. Celery? I have celery. Pasta. What else? What would be delicious? You know what we should do? Stay right here. Oh my god. I need to wash my hair again, but the problem is every time I wash my hair, color gets out, right? I definitely think I probably should invest in like a color protectant shampoo and conditioner. I also straightened my hair yesterday, but anyway, don't go anywhere. Okay. So, I have a few cookbooks. Just a few. It's not all of them. It's all of the video game and show themed. Because this one's Supernatural. And then we have Overwatch. And then we have Elder Scrolls. And then we have Unofficial Legend of Zelda. And then we have Star Wars. And then we have Gudetama. And then Stardew Valley. Take your pick. Speaking of. You can come here. Thor, do you want to come here? You have to jump up here. He's putting one paw. Do you want me to pick you up? I'm scrunching his chin. Come here. If you want me to pick you up, you have to come here. Oh my god, he got his claws in my hand and pulled my hand down to him. Do you want me to pick you up? Oh my god, you're so annoying. I know. You like when I scratch your chin, but this is not comfortable. Okay, I'm just gonna sit like this. If he wants to jump up here, he will do so. Three, two, one. There he is. There's the tortellini. Are you sleeping? Do you have a nap? Goodness. You wanna say hi? Are you sleeping? Yeah, you're sleeping. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Door time. Here you go. Classic Thor. What? You sleeping? Yeah. Sometimes he puts his whole body weight. Like he'll lean back and just put his whole body weight on me. Goodness. I cuddle Thor. Whenever you come back to LA, we're still here. Although I can't guarantee that he'll want cuddles. He's very particular. If you pretend that you don't want to touch him, then he's more okay. Is this too loud for y'all? Nope. Okay, good. You comfy? Yeah. Why are you drooling? Pooch, 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 pooch. Pooch, 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 pooch. Why are you slamming your head onto everything? Oh, you got an itch? Yeah, I got it. I got it. Sorry, it's too much. Too much. So it's too much. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was too. Okay, there we go. Let's do it again. There we go. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah, right. Goodness. Does that feel better? What? Alright. Yeah. What? Ow. Do you brush him every day to help with fur? Because my cat is shedding like crazy. Try to brush every day. No. I do when he's shedding really bad, but he hates being brushed. Like, he hates it. So I just pet him and try to get all, like, the fur I can off, like this. And then I just do this. What? You're not very talkative today. You're not very talkative. Oh. Goodness. Were you too busy sleeping? Okay. Those mitts you can wear? No, I haven't tried that. Goodness. Okay, we were supposed to look at all these cookbooks, Thor. I know, you're in the way. Okay. Was that necessary? Okay. Your stream, not mine. What? Yeah. Oh, I have to write cat litter. We need some more cat litter. Plenty of food, though. Plenty of food. This whole drawer is full. You have enough food? You have enough food? Yeah. Alright, so I'm just gonna go like this. And then whichever one I land on, this one. It's the Zelda one. Should I look in the Zelda one or should we do another? Alright, no. This is not food. Okay, we'll look in the Zelda one. You're making this very difficult, you know that? Mini chonk. Pumpkin stew. I don't know if I would like pumpkin. Monster soup? What would be in monster soup? Yeah. Oh. It's beets. Alright, Thor, this is very difficult. You're a very big cat. And my finger still hurts. Green chew jelly. Blue chew jelly. Spicy pepper steak. Salt grilled crab. Lava soup. Minced garlic, onion, vegetable bouillon cubes, water, roasted bell peppers, carrot, red curry paste, sugar, salt, black beans, corn, coconut milk. Wheat bread. We got wheat bread. There's monster mash menu. Wildberry monster sorbet. Thor! You know better than that. Goes right back to eating it. Thor! Hey! No. No. You cannot eat the fake plant. He's like, fine. I'll come eat the microphone instead. Alright, you know what? Oh, okay, Thor. Maybe I'll look at the books another time. Yeah, you're stressing me out. Yeah, I think that, you know, this is a good first, you know, run. We got soup. That'll last me like 2-3 days. And then we got sandwiches. That'll last me 2 days. Oh, alright. He's also in another place where he's not supposed to be. You want to just take a gander where that is? Oh my god, Thor. On the, yep. He's, wagging his tail. Luckily not in the cables, no. But he's got his head pushed up onto the monitor. Are you supposed to be there? If the stream ends abruptly, you'll know why. He's got his whole... Okay. He's just sitting so far, but he's looking like he was gonna lay on the keyboard. Does anyone know? Oh, you could just ask me. Oh. Anyway, I are you a witch? Maybe. Would a witch have a cat and name him Thor? Do you want me to hold you? What's the deal? Oh, help. Help. Oh. The hell of it. Yeah, welcome to my life. He does this all day, every day. Thor, you were so heavy. Thank you. Okay. Thor, if I try to pet... No. See, now you're being feisty. You're gonna be feisty? I don't want to play this game. No, no, do not reach out to my hand. If you're gonna be mean, I don't want to play this game. Do you want me to pick you up? Do you see the teeth marks in my arm? No. That's not nice. Do you want down? I can't see y'all for just, you know. Just give it a second. Goodness. Do you want down? He's just staring at me. No thoughts between... No. Come on, let's get down. You gotta get down. Come here. Thor. Come here. Thor. No. Hey, no. Get down. No. Thor. Get down. He's got crazy eyes right now. Get down. Get down. No, I'm not gonna pick you up after that. Come here. Get in the chair. Get down. No, get down. Get down. No. Your stream. No. Are you gonna apologize? What are you doing? What? What are you doing? Do you want me to pick you up? Okay. Oh my god. It's like a baby. Ugh. Do you want food? I don't know. I think he just wants me to hold him. Just to stand up and hold him. I don't know. Here, free your tail. There you go. There you go. You want to say anything? Okay, let's walk over here. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let him go. Oh my god, I'm gonna let him go have some outside time. He's being very Thor right now, but I guess we'll go through these bad boys another day. But tomorrow we should be streaming at a normal hour, but cat hair. Disgusting. Anyway, tomorrow we'll be streaming hopefully at the normal hour, and then we'll stream for a chunk. I just wanted to stream because I missed yesterday, because yesterday the car place took so long. I still have to film a dungeon video today, and then I have to figure out more Fansly stuff. I got distracted by the Shrek swamp. When did this come out again? Oh, it said not announced, right? But it looks so ready to go. We doing Dress and Press tomorrow, not that I want to play. Oh, yeah. We could start stream off. Do a little Dress to Impress. Mayhaps. Do some, dressing. To impressing. You know. Just, check phone is very important. He sends me a picture of Crocs that have the denim. They look denim. And he said, hear me out, Drox. Alright. We're gonna go raid my friend Mina. Do you want a pair too? No, why do I want a pair of... They're pretty lit. Ugh. We're gonna go... This is my friend Mina. She's raided me before, and I didn't realize it was her until, like, later. Thanks for... I think she's playing Grand Theft Auto. Looks like Grand Theft Auto. I'm pretty sure it's Grand Theft Auto. She's in just chatting, so I'm not sure. But anyways, thank you for coming to my stream today. Thanks for listening to me yap about the whole car situation, and for congratulating me on the car and everything. It's gonna take me a second, I guess, to get back to, like, normal life, I guess. But... And then Adam gets here, and then it's like, oh, shit. Now what, you know? But we'll figure it out. But, anyway, thanks for coming to the stream. Your hand feels better. Thanks, me too. I want to go to the gym again, you know? But anyways, thanks for coming to the stream. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the subs. Thanks for the hanging outs and stuff. I'm waiting for the gorge. Maybe I could just raid Mina so fast it won't happen. Anyways, what? Nothing. I can see y'all next time. Goodbye.
Boo-wah!